Today, we're talking about the lover, the archetype that can make you fully alive or completely destroy you. Now, Jung would start this conversation by reminding us that the lover archetype isn't just about romance, though the modern world has certainly reduced it to that pitiful definition. The lover is about eros in the Greek sense, the passionate drive to connect with the life itself. It's about beauty, intimacy, sensuality, pleasure, and the spiritual act of uniting with something beyond yourself. That's Jung's territory, depth psychology at its finest. But Buddha would immediately interrupt him with something crucial that Jung conveniently glosses over. This passionate drive to connect is also the source of immense suffering. The lover archetype clings, it grasps, it mistakes impermanence for permanence, and then suffers when reality inevitably asserts itself. And you know, Jung would push back on that detachment lecture, but here's where it gets interesting. Machiavelli would cut through both of them and say, "You are both right," which is precisely why people fail at this so spectacularly. They swing between Jung's intoxicating passion and Buddha's cold renunciation like a pendulum. Meanwhile, the practical reality is this. The lover archetype is about power, the power that comes from deep connection. Yes, but also the vulnerability that connection creates. And vulnerability, that's where the Stoics would jump in. Marcus Aurelius loved his wife Faustina deeply, yet he understood that attachment without wisdom leads to dependence, and dependence leads to fear. The fear of loss, the fear of betrayal, the fear of being alone. These fears make you weak. The Stoics would say, "Don't feel too much or you'll be weak." But Jung would fire back that this is exactly what everyone's missing. The lover's gift is the ability to be fully present, fully engaged, fully alive. When was the last time you felt genuine passion for anything? When did you last look at a sunset and feel moved to tears? And here's the question, with the biggest payoff. When did you last connect with another human being so deeply that you forgot where you ended and they began? That's the question Jung poses, and it's powerful. But Machiavelli would call that absolutely terrifying. And romantic, yes, but mostly terrifying. Because the moment you forget where you ended and they began, you've lost yourself. And a person who has lost themselves is easily manipulated, easily controlled, and easily destroyed. He saw it in every court, in every center of power. People who were brilliant, strategic, and effective reduced to sniveling wrecks because they gave their hearts away completely. Buddha would agree with Machiavelli on this point, though he'd frame it differently. The lover archetype in its shadow form doesn't just risk manipulation. It guarantees suffering through attachment. You become addicted to the beloved, to the feeling, to the connection. And like all addictions, when it's threatened or removed, you experience withdrawal, agony, desperation. Jung would argue, but isn't that withdrawal proof that you were alive, that you experienced something real? And Buddha would respond, it's proof that you mistook a temporary phenomenon for something permanent. Real love, metta, compassion, doesn't cling. It doesn't possess. It doesn't need. The Stoics would counter that Buddha's metta is so universal it becomes meaningless. The Stoic loves deeply but rationally. We understand that our wife, our children, our friends, they are on loan to us. They are not ours. Death can claim them at any moment. This understanding doesn't diminish love. It clarifies it. Love them as mortals, Epictetus said, fully, but without the delusion of permanence. Machiavelli would bring it back to the real world. The lover archetype creates bonds. These bonds can be your greatest asset or your fatal weakness. A leader who understands the lover knows how to inspire devotion, create loyalty, and build connections that serve their purposes. A fool in the grip of the lover becomes enslaved to their passions and makes catastrophically bad decisions. Don't be that fool. Jung would say, you reduce everything to strategy, Niccolo. But the lover isn't something to be used. It's something to be integrated. When you deny the lover, you become a calculating machine, disconnected from your own humanity. And Machiavelli died alone and bitter, which proves the point, even if he'd argue with the historical accuracy of that statement. Here's where our Fab Four start finding synthesis. The lover archetype in its golden form appreciates beauty without being enslaved by it. It forms deep connections without becoming dependent. It feels passion without losing reason. That's the Stoic perspective. Buddha would add that the key is non-attachment. You can love fully while understanding that all things may pass. You can experience beauty without craving its continuation. You can connect deeply without losing yourself. But Jung would insist they're all still missing the point. The lover's shadow isn't just addiction and loss of self. It's also the opposite, the fear of the lover. The person who walls themselves off, who refuses to be vulnerable, who intellectualizes everything. That's also the lover's shadow, the unlived life, the unopened heart, the person who reaches the end and realizes they never truly loved anything. And you know what? Machiavelli would actually agree with Jung here. He saw powerful men conquer kingdoms, but never know love. He saw women of extraordinary intelligence choose safety over passion and die with regret in their eyes. The failure to engage the lover is as destructive as over-engaging it. So the wisdom is in the balance. Feel deeply, but don't be ruled by feeling. Connect genuinely, but don't lose yourself in the connection. Appreciate beauty, but don't become enslaved to it. Love fully, but love wisely. That's what the Stoics would say. Buddha would remind us that the deepest form of love isn't the grasping kind. It's the love that wishes well-being for all things without needing to possess them. When you love this way, loss cannot destroy you because you never believed you owned anything in the first place. Here's the practical application. The lover archetype is calling you to three things. 1. Reconnect with beauty. When did you last stop to genuinely appreciate something? Not photograph it for social media, not check it off a bucket list. Actually feel it. 2. Risk vulnerability. If you're so armored up that nothing can get in, nothing can get out either. You're not protected, you're imprisoned. 3. Pursue passion. What makes you come alive? What activity or person or purpose makes you forget to check your phone? Find it and do more of it. But Machiavelli would add, do it strategically. Don't be an idiot. The lover serves you best when it's integrated with the king, the warrior, and the magician. Passion without purpose is chaos. Connection without boundaries is codependency. Buddha would tell you to recognize when the lover has become attachment, when you can't let go, when you're suffering but clinging anyway, when the relationship or pursuit has become toxic but you're addicted to the intensity. The Stoics would say the sign of wisdom is loving what you have while it's here, grieving what you've lost, and continuing forward without bitterness. The Stoic loves fully in the present moment, but doesn't rage against change. Look, we can intellectualize this forever, but here's the truth Jung would hammer home. Most of you are living half-lives. You're numb. You've settled. You've convinced yourself that safety is the same as happiness. It's not. The lover is inviting you to live, not just exist, not just survive. Live. But the lover also warns you, lose yourself completely, and you'll have nothing left when the object of your passion inevitably changes or leaves. The art is in being fully present, fully passionate, and fully alive while maintaining your center, your wisdom, and your sovereignty. If this conversation has sparked something in you, and I can tell by the fact that you're still listening that it has, then show your appreciation. Hit the like button. It costs you nothing and helps us reach others who need this wisdom. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll be completing this trilogy with the hero archetype next, and you won't want to miss it. Leave a comment below. Where is the lover showing up in your life right now? Where are you numb? Where are you too attached? Awareness is the first step to wisdom. Remember, the lover asks you to live fully, not recklessly, not foolishly, but fully, with passion, with presence, with your whole heart engaged. That's the gold of this archetype. Don't miss this important point. The shadow of the lover is either becoming lost in another person, in an addiction, in a pursuit that consumes you, or walling yourself off so completely that you never risk feeling anything at all. Some alpha-style men and OnlyFans style women have proclaimed to be beyond all that. They like being emotionally walled off. It's a goal, a good thing. Choose wisely. The lover can be your greatest power or your ultimate weakness. The difference is in how consciously you engage with it. We'll see you in the next episode when we tackle the hero. Until then, love wisely, feel deeply, and maintain your center.